In this video, I will teach you the secret to getting your child obey you willingly. Let me say something that might challenge everything you believe about parenting. Obedience is not the absence of choice. It is the presence of trust. And here is the part most parents don't realize. Your children can obey you for two completely different reasons. They can obey because they are afraid of you, or they can obey because they trust you. One works immediately, the other works permanently. But here is the danger. If your child is only obeying out of fear, you are not raising an obedient child. You are raising a compliant child who will eventually rebel when your control disappears. So the real question is not, how do I make my child obey? It is, how do I make my child want to listen to me, even when I'm not there? Because that changes everything. If you have ever said, why don't you listen to me? How many times do I have to repeat myself? Do I have to shout before you respond? And I'm making this video for you because what looks like disobedience is often something deeper. Not defiance, not stubbornness, but disconnection. And today I'm going to show you why your child resists you, what obedience actually means psychologically, and how to build the kind of relationship where your child listens without voice. Let me start with the truth that changes everything. Every child is wired with a deep desire to obey their parents. This is not opinion, it is biology. Children are born with what psychologists call an attachment system, an inbuilt need to stay emotionally connected to their caregiver, which means when connection is strong, cooperation increases. And when connection is weak, resistance increases. So when your child is not listening, the issue is not discipline, it is connection. Think about this. A child who feels deeply connected to you will respond to a simple look, but a disconnected child will resist even your loudest command. Same parent, different connection level, different outcome. True obedience is not about control, it's about emotional alignment. Not do what I say because I said so, but I trust you enough to follow your lead. Now let me talk about why children resist. Now let me talk about why your child is resisting you. I want to deal with what frustrates most parents. Why is my child stubborn? Can I tell you the truth? Most disobedience is not rebellion, it is development. At age 2, your child discovers autonomy, and this is where no is born. Not as disrespect, but as identity formation. At age 7 and above, your child begins testing boundaries, not to challenge you, but to understand him or herself. So when you interpret developmental behavior as disobedience, you respond with control. But what your child actually needs is guidance. Here is common parenting trap. Most parents try to win the moment. Do it now, because I said so. And yes, you might win the argument, but you lose something more important. Relationship makes obedience sustainable. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have a child who obeys at age 5 but rebels at 15, or a child who learns to trust you at age 5 and still listens at 15? Because the strategy you choose today determines that outcome. Now, the shift from control to connection. Now let's move from theory to transformation. The goal is no longer a child who obeys the command, but a child who obeys because of trust. I will share 5 powerful strategies. Strategy 1, connection before correction. Before you correct a behavior, secure the relationship. Because when children feel safe, they become cooperative. When they feel threatened, they become defensive. Fear activates the amygdala, and when that happens, reasoning shuts down. So shouting does not improve obedience, it reduces it. So instead of go and clean it now, try, hey, come here for a second, let's do this together. Because tone matters more than words. And in a moment, I will show you a simple sentence that instantly increases cooperation. Strategy 2, give choices within limits. Control creates resistance, choice creates cooperation. Instead of wear this now, try, do you want the blue shirts or the red shirts? This does 3 things. It builds autonomy, it reduces power struggle, and it engages decision making. The hidden benefit is that you are not just raising an obedient child, you are raising a thinking child. Strategy 3, consistency over perfection. Children don't need perfect parents, they need predictable parents. Inconsistency creates anxiety, and anxious children test boundaries more. And trust is built when your words match your action. Let me be honest with you. The next point is where most parents fail. Strategy 4, model the behavior. Children don't just listen to you, they become you. If you shout, they learn shouting. If you respect, they learn respect. Your behavior is not separate from your teaching, it is your teaching. Then strategy 5, use empathy, not anger. Every behavior is communication. The question is, what is your child trying to say? Instead of reacting, investigate. Is my child feeling tired, feeling overwhelmed, or feeling disconnected? Empathy does not remove authority, it strengthens it. Here is one bonus I want to give to you. Ownership over obedience. If you truly want long-term obedience, stop focusing on obedience. Start building ownership. Involve your child in decisions like bedtime routine, rules, consequences, and schedules. When children participate, they commit. And you know what? Children follow what they help create. So let's bring all of this together. Children don't need more control, they need more connection. When connection grows, cooperation flows. When trust builds, resistance drops. Instead of asking, how do I make my child listen? Start asking, how do I become a parent my child trusts? Because at the end of the day, rules without relationship leads to rebellion. But relationship with structure creates respect. And the goal is not to raise a child who obeys when you are present, but a child who has built internal discipline, even when you are not there. Always remember, when love leads, obedience follows. If you have learned anything from this video, then watch my next video.